Hello and welcome back to Everybody Hates Barney. And, well, I mean, technically, we don't really hate Barney, right? No, we don't really hate him, but everyone else does. You know, I mean, all these guys, right? I mean, they want to kill me for a very specific reason, or they want to kill Barney for a very specific reason, at least. So, anyway, as we can see here, this guy actually has some pretty high tier units. Funnily enough, he's got huge amounts of high tier units like legionaries, heroic line breakers, champions, cataphracts, and so on. And then he's got a bunch of random recruits. What's going on with that? Anyway, this is a significant battle for us right here. If I die, we are done. There's nothing I can do. We're basically going to lose. We're going to lose almost instantaneously. So that's really, really bad, of course. So if I can actually just achieve a little bit here by doing some damage, then I will be very, very pleased. Let me see if I can get a nice little situation going on here. Shield wall, loose, and so on and so forth for our foot troops. And then maybe we can get our cavalry over here. I have barely any horse archers, so they're probably not going to be that useful here. Oh, that guy went flying, didn't he? Wow, that was hilarious. Okay. Yeah, well, that's pretty nice. I like that. Okay. Never mind. Okay, I did hit something at least. Okay, I really want to kill this horse archer. There we go. Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm actually getting pretty... Whoa, I'm getting pretty lucky with these hits, that's for sure. I'm getting very, very lucky with these hits. I actually don't want them... Yeah, I don't want this to actually happen right now. If I can help it. This is not good. Let's move our forces back a little bit here. Move our cavalry back, because otherwise they're going to get caught. And that's going to be really bad. We do not want that. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. Need more of that, please. Need more of that. Okay, my archers are not doing too badly here. Let's tell my cavalry to charge in now. My infantry are going to be absolutely fine because they're in shield wall formation, so we shouldn't have to worry about them at all. And all I need to do is continue to run interference for the enemy's cavalry. Just continue to kill them as fast as we possibly can, because those are the things that are actually going to provide us with some level of difficulty. And yeah, sure, the enemy infantry are also going to be somewhat troublesome. However, I think we should be fine as long as we can just defeat the cavalry. Nice. He's dead. Nice. Took out that guy's horse, so he couldn't actually charge anyone, which is obviously great. He's dead. Okay, that's nice. And this is the power actually of shield wall formation. Obviously, this is actually funny because this is the time when I would use shield wall formation. These are the times that I would use this, and it's very, very rare that you'll see me use shield wall. Mostly because I personally find it to be a very niche case. It's one of those times where, you know, most of the time you're not really going to be able to utilize it fully in a lot of situations. So that's the reason why I generally tend to use, you know, regular line formation most of the time, because shield wall does tend to make your people really, really slow, even if they charge and stuff like that. I mean, at least from what I remember. Let me actually just try it. Let's see what happens when they charge. No, they actually just go super fast. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Anyway, we're good. We actually won. Can you believe it? We actually won that. I don't know how we even did that, to be honest, but there you go. I guess just superior tactics. I mean, you saw my tactics right there. My tactics were absolutely flawless. And, you know, I probably should be giving lectures at some kind of university about how to, you know, press the F keys, you know, in real battlefield situations. I'm mostly talking about medieval era here, so I would need a time machine to be able to do that. Just bear that in mind. So unfortunately for me, I probably won't be able to. However, jokes notwithstanding, that was a pretty nice battle, wasn't it? That was pretty nice. Anyway, so there we go. We're going to just take all of this, and wow, huge amounts of prisoners. Huge amounts of prisoners. I don't think I can even take all of these. But what I am actually going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of something here that I really shouldn't. But I am going to be taking a lot of the high tier units here. And we are going to be selling those. And that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to go here. And there's a lot of pretty good armor. By the way, I have been upgrading some of my other people. So yeah, like for example, let's get her some stuff. This is not better. This is slightly better. Yeah, so I've been upgrading them a little bit. Unfortunately, they're not always going to get an upgrade. This is slightly better than what she was wearing. These are better. Yeah, most of the time we're not really going to see an upgrade, but we did get a really, really good upgrade for fur cred. As you can see right here, he's actually wearing an infantryman male vest now, which is my old armor, because I actually got legendary infantryman male vest, which is from some random auto-resolve battle that I literally did not so long ago. You know, it's quite funny. Oh, are you going to actually attack? Are you serious right here? This guy is... I actually... You know what? You know what's really funny about this? This used to be a rebel, as you can see. He's part of Eragai's clan. Okay. Right. As you can quite clearly tell, I'm actually kind of irritated by this. I'm not a big fan of what he's done here. But I think... I don't know. I don't think he really knows what he's doing, to be honest. I feel like this is going to be a huge mistake for him. As you might expect, you know, I mean, let's face it. He has how many? Whoa, he actually has a lot of cavalry, so maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe he's going to be actually fine. Oh, that was a... wow, yeah, he's got a lot of... He's got a... Whoa, these are all heavy lancers? Are you serious? They're not all heavy lancers, are they? They're not all heavy lancers. You gotta be joking me about that. Okay, this is bad. Or maybe they're gonna die. I don't know. Maybe they're just gonna run themselves into my spearmen and they're just gonna die from that. They might, but I need to kill the... Oh yeah, okay. Alright, okay. If these guys really want to run in randomly and get themselves killed, who am I to stop them? Need to kill that one. I need to kill that guy, actually, in the high tier armor. There we go. Heavy Lancer. He's dead. My timing is really, really off in this particular battle. Probably because I'm shaken. I'm shaken by the presence of all the heavy Lancers and everything. But I shouldn't be, actually. I really shouldn't be. This is not that big a deal. It's actually not a terrible, terrible situation to be in. As you can quite clearly tell, we are absolutely massacring this guy. And I wouldn't be able to tell you why that is, actually, because he seemed to have some really, really good units. I mean, you saw them. They were in pretty good armor, and I thought that that would be enough for him to actually do some pretty good damage to us, but he has proven himself to be not very good. And I'm not entirely sure why, as I say. He's got really good units, no? I mean, look, he's got... Yeah. He had a lot of heavy lancers. Maybe the heavy lancers are not actually that good. I don't know. I mean, look, he had... What is that? He had 17. He had 17 Khuzait heavy lancers. And he was charging with them. And they basically all just got absolutely massacred. Probably because they ran into spearman-based units. Is that true? That's probably the reason. I mean, my guys were literally in shield wall once again, and they all have spears, as you can see, or most of them have spears. And that was it. It's game over for him. Absolute game over. Alright, so there we go. That's absolutely fantastic. 15 renown right there, and we gained some other things, and we're just going to take him prisoner, because I'm actually going to execute him, okay? I am actually going to execute him, because he doing this right now has actually made things really, really uncomfortable for us, and I feel like we may, in fact, have an even larger problem on our hands as a result of him doing it. So I think he may indeed be our first execution target, even though I would love it to be our revenge, you know, even though I would love to be at our, you know, this guy. Where is he? There we go. Oh, he's... What? He died! Oh. He's already dead. He died of natural causes. When did he die? I have no idea. In 1088, which is, I think, now. Yes. Yeah, okay, so he died in the last 2 months. That's quite funny. I had no idea that that had happened. But there you go. Our revenge is complete. We took him out with the natural causes debuff. Alright, so now that is all that left... yes, let's... let me just start that again real quick. Okay. Now that's... Now all that's... There we go. There we go. That's the right word order. Fantastic. Now all that's left to be done is we need to move on and get the disorganized state off us before this army comes in and absolutely wrecks our plans. Isn't that right? Yes, absolutely fantastic. You didn't actually hear anything about me not making sense at all with my words or anything like that before. No, that did not happen. That did not happen at all. Anyway, I'm actually going to go over to Chaikand, because if we go over to Chaikand, we're maybe going to have the ability to go in there. Oh, no, never mind. He has literally rejoined, as you can quite clearly see. So, yeah, anyway, as I said to you before, I'm going to execute this guy. Everyone hates us anyway. I'm just going to execute him. Boom. We are going to start doing that now, pretty much all the time. One thing oh, no. I remember... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, fine. I'm not going to be executing anyone in this episode at the very least, but before the next episode, I'm actually going to install a mod that is extremely important to me specifically, because it actually makes things not annoying. I don't know why the developers of Bannerlord decided that this would be a thing, but I don't know whether you can tell what's happening right now. You probably can't, because, I mean, maybe you've played the game and you kind of already know, but I'm going to explain it nevertheless. I'm actually going to raid this village while I do. But basically, here's the thing, yeah? Whenever this message comes up, it dampens the sound. It dampens the sound of everything else. So if you're fighting, it dampens the fighting sounds. If you have music in the background, like we do right now, it dampens the music. So generally, every single time this sound comes in, every single time one of these messages comes up, it dampens it. So it's going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, over and over again. And it's the most annoying thing you could ever imagine. And I'm not entirely sure why that was even a thing. Why did they make it so that the audio ducks? Because it ducks every single time that message comes up. And that's the reason why... Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna have to get out of here. I'm actually surprised that they reacted so fast. Okay, yeah, let's get out of here then. Alright. I certainly wasn't expecting that. Okay, so let me actually see. How is this actually gonna go? I guess I'll just go over here. I am pretty fast. We're moving at 5.6. These guys are way too slow. So I should be absolutely fine and move forward here. And funnily enough, I actually wanted to sell my prisoners. Yes, I actually wanted to sell my prisoners. Is there a rebel town somewhere that I can go in? No. There are no rebel towns anywhere. So we are now in a relatively poor situation. Let me actually just see. So Barney, what age is he right now? He's 54, as we found out beforehand. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, so we're just going to sell this guy for 4,800. We're mostly selling these fellows, even though we have a lot of money, because there is actually no point in executing them. Because as you may or may not know, as I've explained in previous... I don't know whether I've said it in this series, but in other series I've said that in general, minor factions are inherently hard-coded. You cannot get rid of them unless you actually capture every single one of them. Maybe it's been changed since that time, but... Oh, an Imperial Elite Cataphract! I was able to get an Imperial Elite Cataphract to join us? Wow, that's actually insane. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna sneak in. Let's go. Yep, we made it. Whew, 67% chance. That was pretty dicey. Let's go in here. And I'm just going to sell these guys. Even though they were starting to join us a little bit, I am just going to do that because I would prefer to lessen our load, and also to make it slightly easier for us to recruit forest bandits, brigands, freebooters, bushwhackers, and so on and so forth, because they all become things that are actually really, really good. Mercenary, Maceman, I will be recruiting a bunch of those too. And there's actually nothing else for me to do here, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to, I don't know, do additional things in the town, but I obviously can't do that. I mean, I can try to capture an alleyway and stuff like that, but I don't think that... Was there a companion there, by the way? When I went into the... No, I don't think there was. No, there wasn't a companion. Okay, well, that's good to know. All right. Because if there was a companion, then I would be very interested in getting that. I really want a roguery companion, of course. And generally, there are going to be mods, by the way. There are going to be mods available that will actually allow you to remove the requirement for that. Someone actually let me know that I believe the updated version of Bannerlord tweaks, I believe, does that. So if you're wanting to do this challenge with that mod enabled, then there you go. You have the opportunity to do that. I personally am not going to do that because I want to remain as unmodded as possible, just because, you know, that's just the way that I started the series. And I kind of want to make sure that you know that things are just, you know, as unmodded as possible. Okay, so Sir can obviously come in here once again. She is... not really that useful, being the leader of the horse archers. Should I just put her as a hero unit in the cavalries? Yeah, why not, why not? Okay, let's do that instead. Okay, so once again, we're going to do something a little bit fun here. So let's get these guys out here, get these guys here, put them into a shield wall formation. The infantry are going to move really, really slowly now, unfortunately, but that's going to have to be the case. It will have to be the case here. And the cavalry are going to come in... Yeah, that's horse archers, so we don't have to worry about them too much. Oh, we do have to worry about these guys, though. They have thrown weapons. Oh, no. I actually ran in without thinking. Yeah, these thrown weapons are going to absolutely chunk. They are going to chunk us to hell and back. It is going to be so bad. Okay, there we go. Nice. Yes. Can I please... Can I... Could I just hit a little bit? There we go, thank you. There we go, nice. Imperial Cataphract. Why does he have an Imperial Cataphract with him? I have no idea. Don't ask me. I don't know. Okay, so... Oh, a Vlandian Banner Knight? Wow, okay. These guys are multicultural, apparently. Alright. That's not very good for us. That just makes them stronger in every single respect. Okay, that's really bad. Okay, otherwise we should be fine here, as long as I can just... Oh yeah, there we go, there we go. Nice. Yes, yes, as long as we can kill these high-value targets, that's all that really matters. Nice. Unfortunately wasn't able to kill him, but good enough, good enough. My infantry are doing a relatively decent job. My archers are doing a fantastic job, actually. Surprisingly good. Now if I can just... Okay, here we go. Nice. That guy got stopped. That was so funny. Alright, let's try and hit this hit. Oh, never mind. Okay, apparently I was like, oh yes, let me try and hit with my mace. And I tried to hit with my mace, and I did 1 damage with my horse instead. Because that's what I like to do. I just like to give them a bit of a warning, you know? I like to go, oh yes, I am going to attack you in just a moment. I will do 1 damage, just to let you know. It's like sending a strongly worded letter, basically. Yes, strongly worded letter incoming, and then a bonk to the face with my mace. That's pretty much what's happening here. Yeah, well, never mind. Yeah, maybe I should just use my polearm a little bit more. Anyway, is that an enemy right there? Yeah, that does seem like an enemy to me. Let's take him down. Nice. So many Vlandian Banner Knights. What's going on? That's crazy. Okay, well, yeah, we're pretty good here, as you can see. Actually fine. We sustained 8 casualties. Bear in mind, we don't actually have a medic. I am the only person in the party that actually has decent medic skill. So, that's kind of weird, in my opinion. It is pretty strange. Anyway, we are leveling up really, really nicely here, too. And I am super pleased about that. I'm just going to continue going for non-mounted people right now, just so that I can keep our costs lower as much as possible. And we are otherwise just going to be taking the highest tier troops available here. Okay, everything else, yeah, these things are not actually going to be upgrades. Someone actually did mention something to me as well. Butter equipped. I think butter equipped has a very, very important feature that we may indeed end up using. It's just something a little bit stronger, like Bannerlord tweaks. I wouldn't really want to install just in case. But something lightweight, like for example the no relation thing, because I want to get something that suppresses the relation messages if possible, because that is, in my opinion, one of the most annoying things in the entire game. I don't know, maybe that's just a personal preference thing on my part, because I personally find it super annoying to hear that sound come up all the time, and when you have that mod, it just completely eliminates that. But otherwise, apart from that, butter equipped would be pretty easy to install, very lightweight, doesn't really interfere with anything else. So it may be something that we want to check out and see what's going on with it. But yeah, otherwise what we do need to do is we need to continue, of course, leveling up. And I would like... do I actually have really high level troops? I do. Okay, so what I actually need to do is I need to find out a way for me to sell my prisoners. I guess what I could do is go into Sanala. I guess I will just double back and go into Sanala if there are no lords around here. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, I may get captured here. No, we didn't. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we can now do this. Technically, I would have executed this guy if I had the no relation mod, but because I don't have the no relation mod, I really don't want to deal with that annoying thing, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is right now. And we're going to leave everyone tier 4 and below, and we're going to try to recruit them as best as we can. And I'm actually almost at really, really high levels of morale as well. If I can actually fight a couple more people, like a couple more relatively high value targets, we may in fact have isn't it more than 85? Is it more than 85 morale, or is it more than 80 morale that you need to actually increase your leadership skill? I actually don't know. I think it's 85. Is it? Or 75? I actually don't know. I can't remember now, but whatever the case, it seems like a load of vassals are actually dying right here. Look at that. Xena is also dead. That's very intriguing. All right. Okay. Well, whatever the case, if I do manage to capture a couple of people, I'm not really having too much of a problem with the Aserai at the moment. I don't really have any vendettas against them or anything like that. But I do have vendettas with Mr. this guy and his family. So I will try to murder his family, actually. He has an ex-spouse. Shall we try to romance his ex-spouse? That sounds like a pretty good idea to me. You know, that would be a pretty good revenge for us. What about that? Yeah, why not? I mean, obviously that's not going to happen because I don't think that the functionality is actually even in place in Bannerlord for us to be able to do that.
Stop.
But that would be cool. I think that would be a pretty cool thing to do. Maybe we could make it work. It very much depends. I don't know where she is, of course. We don't currently have the option to find out that information. I'm actually going to be telling everyone to charge this time. These enemies are extremely low level. We shouldn't have too many problems eliminating them or attempting to eliminate them. So I'm just going to go straight on in here. Deal with the enemy's cavalry if I can. Okay, never mind. Just good miss right there. And there we go. Hit him. Don't get killed by their thrown weapons if at all possible. They got a lot of... Oh, no. Actually, these guys are relatively low tier. So we shouldn't have anything to worry about. Yeah. No, these are fine. These are absolutely fine, yeah. So this is obviously one of the moments when you can just charge in randomly. You can just charge in and nothing really is going to happen. As you can see, super nice and simple, very, very quick. And this is literally just a minor faction vassal. So I'm just going to let him go, gain some charm skill. I don't really see the point in actually capturing him, to be honest. Okay, so let's just do that. And Yeah, maybe these boots are actually good for someone. Yeah, slightly, a slight upgrade there. Yeah, I mean, that's the point. Most of the armor that we're getting now is actually basically pretty much the same or worse than what we already have. So that's something that we have to be a bit annoyed about, because I need to find I need to get a marketplace, basically. Okay, there we go. I was actually able to sneak in, which is very nice. Ah, hello. Oh, yes. Yes. You are indeed going to be a roguery person? He's not a roguery person? Are you serious? He's a steward? Are you serious? I'm actually really surprised. Okay, I really thought that he was going to be... I'm going to get him. But I really thought he was going to have roguery skill. That's really strange. Okay, these are all tier 4 and below, but the thing is, these guys are absolutely terrible. Arboreals are some of the worst units in the whole game from what I know about them. So we're going to be getting them away from here. Thank you very much. And I cannot go into the marketplace. Oh, it is extremely frustrating to literally not be able to go into the marketplace. It makes no logical sense in my opinion, but there you go. Anyway, there we go. Hello. We can actually ask him about companions. So let's see. I want roguery skill. I haven't heard of anyone. Oh, thanks so much for being so useless. There we go. Okay, here we go. Now we are, yes, now we have information on absolutely every single person in our old Nemesis family. So, yes, we know everything about them now, which is obviously perfect. So let's take a look. Here we go. Okay, so Melkia is his ex-spouse. She's 49, and she's at Ortisia. Huh. Shall we? Do you think I can do something about that? Ah, there we go. Yeah, I got myself captured. I mean, that's the problem with the percentage chances here. You know, can't really do much about that, unfortunately. Even if it is a relatively high chance, I mean, there's still a chance that you're going to get captured. Even if I had 95%, pretty sure that's what would happen. So we are going to have to pay a pretty significant amount of cash to be able to get out of here. This is also the reason why I generally prefer not to try and sneak into towns, because there is always a chance that you're going to have this kind of situation happen. And I am going to just wait in the prison until we have a decent price. I don't really want to. I don't really want to spend 37,000 just randomly. Okay. 29,000. No, I'm going to refuse and wait for a better offer. But at the moment, and this is what's really funny about this, look at what's happening to my party right now, and look at my daily gold. I have 194,000. I have not had to pay any wages. My people are not needing to eat, and I have not lost any troops, and I haven't lost anything at all, actually. I haven't lost anything in my inventory at all. The only thing that I have lost is, as you might expect, my party size is exceeded. Oh yeah, my apparent party size has been exceeded, so that's the reason why my morale has gone down. But I wasn't gaining leadership anyway, so it's not really that big a deal, in my opinion at least. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wait until it's below 20,000, and then we're going to be taking the, taking the offer, if there is actually going to be one. Hopefully there is going to be one relatively soon. Are you going to give me one? Come on now. Yeah, this is obviously one of the reasons why it may be an idea if you're on PC, you know, and you have the ability to mod the game. It may be an idea to install a mod like Forbury, for example. Because in these situations... there we go. I didn't have to pay anything. All right, fantastic. Well, never mind. Anyway, in these situations, it would probably be a good idea to install that mod, because then you have the opportunity to, escape yourself, and you can actually stage a prison break yourself, as far as I'm aware. You can actually do that. I'm going to just let this guy go for the moment. I'm just going to let most of these things go too. And we'll just take all of the loot there and then just get out of here. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Having a mod like that, it would be very, very useful in these situations. But, you know, I decided that I was going to do this unmodded, and so that's why I'm doing it like that. You know, I personally quite like doing an unmodded series every now and again because it actually just, you know, kind of shows you the limitations of what Bannerlord currently has and shows you kind of how it can be improved in certain ways. You know, you just have to play the game and you understand that there's going to be a number of things that you can do to improve the experience. And most notably, the experience when you're in a you know, sort of like combat situation, you're going to be absolutely fine. You know, you're going to have a great time when you're in a combat situation. But when you are in anywhere else, like for example, when you're doing town management, or when you're doing, I'm actually losing speed now. Okay, yeah, that's good. Or when you are in, you know, jail, like we are just now, when we were in jail, that's obviously not very good. You know, it's not very good to do that. You have barely any functionality. And same thing with if you want to try to, I don't know, marry someone. You have very, very few actions in being able to do that. And so, you know, it really shows the weakness of the game in those moments, which is really, really sad in my opinion, because the game could be so good if it just had those things as a base. And I'm talking about assassinations. I'm talking about things that give you alternatives to sieges. I'm talking about all kinds of other ways that you can progress in the game, except going into combat. And that's the reason why mods exist, of course. But I don't know whether you really should have to rely on the modding community, because the modding community is pretty annoyed at the way that Bannerlord's development has gone, and that's the reason why you have so few mods now in comparison to what they used to be. They used to be, you know, thousands of mods every single month, well, hundreds of mods every single month, shall we say? And now, well, as far as I'm aware, now there aren't that many, but there's still quite a few because there are still passionate people making amazing things. But I completely understand why the other people are not, because let's face it, the game has really not treated their modding community very well over the years, which has been very sad actually. But who knows, maybe in the future it will get a little bit better. We don't know, maybe it will. Sylvind is here. I kind of want to attack her, to be honest. Here we go.
Stop there, stranger.
Yes, hello there. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, no, we're fine. Let's go in. Alright, we are doing absolutely fine. And actually, you know what's really funny about this? Oh, I didn't even equip my companion because I got captured because I wanted to woo that guy's wife. Oh, well, never mind. I mean, she's his ex-spouse. I don't think anyone's gonna... Is anyone else gonna court her right now? Maybe there's gonna be a limited time on that. Oh, no. That would be pretty bad because obviously I need to get on that otherwise. Yeah, that might be somewhat problematic. Yeah, okay. I might go back there because obviously we ended up having to pay basically nothing because we just escaped randomly. So that's obviously really good. And we're now up against Vlandians. This is a completely... It's actually super fun to play this way, hilariously enough, because we are now getting to fight against Vlandians. We fought against Azurai, we fought against Khuzait, we fought against Sturgians and Empire, and, well, we haven't fought against Botanians for quite some time, but that doesn't really matter because Botanians are, well, if they have a lot of archers, they're kind of annoying. But anyway, the point is, we're now fighting against Vlandians in a completely different environment. And it's actually super fun to be able to do that. And it's so funny because, you know, if you play normally, you're not really going to get the opportunity to do that. And that's the reason why challenges like this and you know, rules like this are super interesting to try to complete. Because you have a situation where you're forced into basically going everywhere, you know? I mean, technically I don't have to go everywhere, because that's not necessarily what, you know, I'm not forced into going into a certain place. I'm just having to, you know, sort of travel just generally because I want to travel. But, you know, I think it's actually really, really cool, because a normal playthrough, you're probably going to have a situation where you just go, yeah, okay, I'm kind of comfortable in this area. I'm just going to stay here. I know the feeling, you know, I'm guilty of that myself, where I will literally just stay in a place because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm part of this faction now. You know, I'm a mercenary for this faction. I'm a Vlandian vassal, or an Azerai vassal or whatever. And I just want to stay in this area because that's where most of the action is going to be, you know? That's where I'm going to be getting the most assistance. That's where my village is, or my castle, or my town, or whatever. And I'm never really going to venture further afield as a result of that unless there is a war going on. And if there's a war going on, then obviously we're going to be traveling to the neighboring faction. For example, if the Vlandians have a war against the Britannians or against the Azerai, then of course they're going to do that. But then you're still never really going to get to see the Crusade in that particular playthrough. And that's the reason why we're having so many different fights. We're fighting against so many different people. It's actually super, super fun in my opinion. Anyway, I actually leveled up my leadership skill by 2, and we now have 122. I don't know how we leveled up our leadership skill here. I guess morale? Maybe the morale has made a difference, something like that. I actually don't know why that would have been improved at that exact moment. Because leadership, I didn't really do anything specific, I don't think. I didn't really do anything super amazing to actually make that happen, but yeah, well, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, but, you know, it's kind of interesting nevertheless. Okay, so let's just take these guys, and some of these. We're just going to move on. I'm not going to take too many. And there we have it. All right, so now all that I need to do is I need to figure out what kind of attribute point I want to spend, because obviously here's the thing, I don't actually need to spend another point in endurance because we are going to get another one through here. I don't need to spend another point in control because we're going to get another one through here as well. That's why athletic skill is actually really good. That's also why smithing skill is also really good, because you do gain control or vigor through here, and you also gain I think there is another one. Yeah, endurance through here too. So technically, if you want to do smithing, you're going to gain a lot of attribute points for free, which is actually super good. But from my personal perspective, I don't really need that. And I guess I will just go for more steward skill. Should I? I guess I'll just go for more steward skill. I am actually thinking about creating a tactics-based playthrough in the future, but obviously this is not really something for me right now. But something that is kind of like focused around auto resolve, but this is not something that I am really very knowledgeable on. So I'm going to need to do some testing on it first, and so on and so forth. But that's not really anything that we're going to be looking at right now. I'm actually kind of thinking, should I literally just go and become the medic myself? That sounds like a really stupid idea, actually. In my opinion, that sounds like a really stupid idea. Does it? Does it sound like a stupid idea? Maybe it does, but I am actually thinking I need to go for one more in cunning skill, because that's why that's how I can get scouting to 275, because we're going to need that. So I will have to put that point in here, and then I will put another point in steward, because we are indeed the steward, hilariously enough, because we couldn't find a companion that was actually good in steward for quite some time. But yeah. Oh, well, never mind. My character build is kind of a bit weird, to be honest, because literally we've been so limited in regards to that. Okay, so we do have a siege going on over here. They have over 1,000... Oh no, actually they just took it. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, they have over 1,000 defenders. There's no way the attacking force is going to be able to take that. And no, they literally just took it. They just took it, and the attacking force was actually inside the garrison. So that's the reason why there were so many, of course. Okay, so we do have a significant amount of vassals around here that could be very nice for us to prey upon. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.